Hey, 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 happy Monday. And what do junk removal guys do whenever the weather is shitty outside? Hey, you know what? We got to take advantage of the time that we're allotted when we're not out there hauling and balling and clean our own shit. I got some organizing to do. This is what happens when you think you're gonna do junk removal, keep some good shit, sell it, you know, you end up with a garage that looks like a damn storage unit. And it's time to rectify the situation of our own clutter. So, man, this weather, we had a huge job today that got pushed until the 15th. You know, the day that you're supposed to be done with your taxes. We got to go out and do that job now on the 15th, which is great because when it's raining outside, when the weather sucks, and you're going up this huge hill or the 7,000 steps that we're going to have to walk that day, you don't want the weather to be rainy. You want to make sure that you're safe. But yeah, as I am starting to remove some of my own clutter, my own spring cleaning, if you will, I started thinking, how many of you are single parents running small businesses? You know, it's not like running a small business is easy no matter what, but there are challenges when it comes to running a business, hashtag single dad life or single parent, that you come across, right? So comment below, right there, somewhere, if you run a small business and you're a single parent. So some of the challenges, right? So for me personally, I get up every morning early. I try to do some marketing. I look on social media. I shoot out some messages to real estate agents. I try to do my business early in the morning. And then it's time for my son to get ready. Got to get him to school by 9:15 at the latest. And then I got to pick him up again because he doesn't live in the same district as I live. He lives he goes to school in a different district than where I live. So I got to make sure I drop him off every morning and we're not late. I got to make sure that I pick him up and I'm not late because then he'd be stranded at school. And then I never pick my son up at the school in the dump truck. So what happens is if I get done with the job at 3:30, I run back to the house, I park the dump truck, I grab the truck, that big beast right there. I go to the school, I pick him up, I come back, drop him off, and continue about the day. Luckily, he's already, in his middle teen years. So it's not like I can't drop him off at the house, let him get started on his work, and then I go back out. But the challenges, right? The challenges of running a small business. So time restraints. There are some days where I will get up at like 6 a.m., get ready if I have a job that I can knock out around my area, somewhere in the Virginia Beach or Norfolk or Chesapeake area, if I know I could get back in time to go take him to school. So time restraints. Time is right there as valuable as anything to me. I have to make sure I plan every single day knowing that I have to make sure I'm here, take him to school, and make sure I get there to pick him up. So time, and then making sure that you can schedule jobs with your customers, whether it's in the afternoon, late evening, whatever it takes, right? I'm willing to do whatever it takes. So if it's an early job, get done. As long as you keep hustling, you hustle, you go get that job done, you come back, you take care of your parent obligations. Once they're in school, now you can go run around, get the jobs done, but it's always a scheduling. You got to make sure that you just strategically schedule your jobs to make sure that you can still be the best parent that you can be, right? And that's what I try to do because there's nothing better than being a parent. I love my son. He goes on jobs with me. We schedule jobs for the weekends so that way he can do it. And the other day, he was in the dump truck with me. We were going to do a job on a Saturday. And he was like, you know something, Dad? I'd rather be doing this with you than playing video games in my room all day. And that, that kind of touched my feels. That touched my heart a little bit, because there's that I didn't think kids really like to be away from their games or talking to their friends. And he actually enjoys going out, getting his hands dirty. And we're teaching him right now valuable lesson that you got to hustle, you got to work, you got to earn a living in order to provide for your family. So there's that aspect, right? So it's just tough, I have one son and I have an animal, which is a 6-year-old boxer. So animals, just the same way. If you have pets, dog, cats kind of do their own thing. But if you have pets, you also got to make sure that you're not neglecting, your pet while you're out running around and getting overwhelmed with all these jobs because you're addicted to making that almighty American dollar, right? We don't want to be so blind to this making money in business that we forget about our obligations as parents. So that's what it's all about. He's my why. He's the reason why. I want to show him what it is to be like, okay, work hard, provide for your family, have fun while you're doing it. That way later on in life, if he decides to take this business from me, hey, have at it. If you don't, at least you have some kind of work ethic in your life where you can move on to what it is that you want to do. But man, we have an obligation to teach our own children the value of working hard for what they earn, right? A lot of people, even on YouTube, a lot of people, they think that maybe it's not the older generation, but the younger generation, they think that they're going to make a couple YouTube videos, they're going to stream some gaming, they're going to make a crap load of money. But at the end of the day, we got to set the foundation for our future. And I was thinking about it the other day. There's people in medical school right now that are using ChatGPT to pass their test. Hey, I'm trying to stay healthy because I don't want nobody that use ChatGPT to be looking after me. Oh man, that might be a little rhyme right there. Using ChatGPT to be looking after me. Hey, don't be knocking it. I might come out with an album, In the Shower Volume 1, coming 2025 in the fall. I'll be out here making music videos, and I'm just kidding. Maybe do some exotic dancing, you never know. Whatever pay the bills, as long as it's legit. I ain't out here hustling for drugs or whatever. But hey, if that's your thing, that's your thing. Just, I gotta keep doing me. I gotta keep smiling. I gotta keep grinding. I gotta keep working and providing for my family. So please let me know in the comments below, how do you do your business as a single parent, if you're a single parent? Because we all know that after the day is over and we've picked up all the junk and we've done our business and we've handled our customers to the highest extent we could, business don't ever stop. The phone don't stop ringing. You got to do admin work. You got to do marketing. You got to do invoicing. And we got a lot of stuff to do. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't trade it for a 9-to-5 job ever again, because I have the freedom to go about, or what does it say? When you're in the airplane, you can unbuckle your seatbelt. You're free to move around the cabin, right? But there's always turbulence. Well, there's always sunshine in the darkest moments. Just because it's dark right now doesn't mean there ain't going to be light at the end of that tunnel. You got to keep grinding. Man, this is not supposed to be easy. We're not supposed to just come out here and make $1 million the first year. I mean, my first year we did 100 grand, but man, that took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And sometimes your mental health is one of those things that if you don't take care of, you could succumb to your mental, capabilities. You got to go out here and keep a positive mental mindset, knowing that just because it's bad right now, It's raining, it's dark, the clouds in the sky. Hey, the sun's gonna come out tomorrow and bless you. You gotta keep working. You gotta keep, man, I'll tell you what, I get excited to speak on this, even though I keep looking in the background and I'm like, oh shit, I got a lot to do. But you know what? It's all lovely. Look at my paint job. I wanted to make this into a nice little gym for my son. And it worked for a little bit. I painted it. I did drywall for the first time. I ain't a level 5 drywall guy like over there on Joe Does Stuff. But I put this drywall up and I'll never do drywall again. That ain't for me. I'll pick up the trash. I'll pick up couches, any kind of furniture, tear down sheds, pick up hot tubs. Hey, but I ain't never doing drywall again. That ain't for me, like I said. So listen, I make these videos. I'm starting to enjoy making the videos. I want you guys to be entertained. I want you to get some knowledge from a different perspective, a different point of view. Maybe I'm a little quirky, but you know what? I probably done ate a box of crowns in my life as a Marine. And I'm allowed to be different. I operate differently. I am different. And I embrace being different. So while you're out and about and you're hustling as a single parent or a single dad and things get tough, take a deep breath. Realize you're doing it for a whole nother reason. You have a why that's way above making a couple dollars, right? I'll trade all those dollars in for some time with my kid, and nothing's better than working alongside of them. So y'all keep working, keep hustling. No excuses, just hustle, baby. I'm gonna actually come out with t-shirts. Would you buy the t-shirt if it says no excuses, just hustle? You know, let me know. I'm always trying to think of different ways and what else I can do and what else is there that I can provide for my family. And then I love helping other people. And the next video that you're gonna see is, you know, what do I do whenever I have a truckload full of stuff and junk removal? It doesn't necessarily have to go to the landfill, to the dump. Where do I take things to offload the weight? Because at the dump, we pay for all this weight. But if you can offload some of that weight and make your load lighter, then you're gonna save yourself a ton of money. Until that video drops here in a couple days, I want y'all to keep grinding, smile, right? Smile in the face of adversity, right? Until the next video drops, I appreciate it. I love all of you guys for watching, comment, subscribe, like my videos. Let's blow this thing up. You know, it'd be funny if I became a legit YouTuber with like a legit setup. But anyway, hey, appreciate all of you. Thank you. Comment, subscribe, like I said, share my videos, and let's make this week a good week.